We are so happy to have this school get started, and it's just one of the many projects we have been able to get underway since the ballot question for capital funding passed in 2016. We completed an expansion of Damonte Ranch High School, have 3 new schools opening at the start of this next year: Sky Ranch Middle School in Spanish Springs, Desert Skies Middle School in Sun Valley, and Nick Pulakitis Elementary School in South Reno. And of course, we've completed more than $20 million on major repairs to older schools every year, and we're on track to double that this year, spending over $40 million on repairs. One of the things I love is our focus on energy efficiency, sustainability, and our long-term thinking in the design of these schools. We're retrofitting older schools and incorporating it into the new ones. We're investing in durable building materials, energy-saving systems like geothermal heat exchange, natural light with bulbs controlled by photosensors, and built-in solar capabilities. And the capital funding to build these schools cannot be spent on salaries or other operating expenses. But these smart investments in efficiency and sustainability will save operating funds over time and lower energy costs. And this is another way that our buildings and WC1 contribute to the sustainability of our schools and our district as a whole. From a sustainable community perspective, we designed to maximize locally sourced materials, and we're glad to have a local general and 91% of the contract value going to local subcontractors. 91% going to local subcontractors. Thank you, Trustee Dr. Taylor. I think everyone else is sort of in shock with the cold. In total, around 400 good-paying, skilled trades jobs are coming from this project, which we love to see in our community. And there are a lot of people we want to thank and a few perspectives we'd like to share with you. Each of our speakers today will thank a specific person or two, but please know that each speaker and everyone here is thankful to the entire community and everyone who helped us get here. This school we are celebrating today is named after a phenomenal woman, Marce Herz, and I'd like to thank the family for being here today and everyone who advocated for this name for helping bring this amazing history to light. Our next speaker is her son, Howard Herz, to tell you more about her wonderful life and legacy. Howard?
Thank you very much. Mother would have loved to have had snow. Well, good morning, and thank you for the honor of speaking to you at the groundbreaking for the new Marce Herz Middle School. My name is Howard Herz, and on behalf of the Herz and Barkley family, I would like to thank Washoe County School District Board of Trustees and the Washoe County School Naming Committee for the honor they have bestowed on my mother, Marcelle Barkley Herz. Marce Herz, as she was commonly known in our community, was devoted to the education of children regardless of gender, race, color, creed, or financial position. She believed that every child should have the opportunity to find their skills for life. She encouraged her students in both academic endeavors and physical training to do their best, and she provided them with guidance. Marce excelled in high school as a world-class middle-distance runner. As one child in a family of 10, she learned to never forget the fundamental lessons of love, cooperation, and forgiveness among her own siblings. She extended her own life lessons to the children she taught, including persistence, determination, and belief in one's self-worth. It is exceptionally appropriate that Marce Herz Middle School is within sight of the Sky Tavern recreational facility where the Reno Junior Ski Program is located. That program, founded by Marce Herz, has in the last 70 years taught more than 100,000 children to ski, a sport embraced by Marce Herz. I am honored by her association with the Washoe County School District, in which she taught, by their continued commitment to bringing the highest level of education to their students. Thank you for honoring her name and accomplishments.
Thank you so much. What an amazing woman, and what a great legacy. You know, it's striking to think about the time that Marce Herz lived in. She was championing minority and female participation and inclusion in sports Starting in 1948, schools were still segregated at that time. Brown versus Board of Education wasn't decided until 1954, and Title IX was in 1972. What a powerful example for advocating for inclusion of students. And we're all thankful for all the parents and the community that to this day to continue to do what's right for education. I want to say thank you to the external campaign that pushed for passage of the ballot question that got us the capital funding to build schools like this one. Thank you to everyone involved in that effort. And just as importantly, all have to stay involved. That continued involvement is so important. Parents standing up and making their voices heard with the BLM and the County Commission has been a great part of how we were able to get this land and get this building started. So that's how we're able to get the school open in fall of 2020. To give you a piece of their perspective, I'd like to invite up someone who's been heavily involved in pushing for this school, a Hunsberger PTO mom with 2 future students of Marce Herz Elementary School, or I'm sorry, Marce Herz Middle School, pardon me, Natalie Ghysels. Natalie? Thank you for all your work.
Absolutely, thank you. Hello, as mentioned, I'm a parent at Hunsberger Elementary School. My 2 kids currently attend the school, and I'm thrilled that they'll both be attending Marce Herz in the coming years. I remember when my daughter was in kindergarten. As we watched our kids play at parks together, we talked about the possibility of a new middle school that was closer and alleviated the overcrowding. Many of the parents then seemed to throw their hands up in the air saying, "Good luck, it will never happen." It has been a struggle and was delayed for over a year, but as parents, we rallied at town hall meetings and city council meetings. We didn't give up until our school was going to be built. Now we are watching the progress, knowing with confidence that our kids will get to attend this amazing new school in 2020. I am Nevada born and educated my entire life. I went to Diedrichson Elementary School, Sparks Middle School, Dilworth Middle School, Reed High School, and graduated from the University of Nevada, Reno. I am proud to be Nevada born and publicly educated. All right. I am even more proud to see our area pass better public education funding, provide a better environment so our children can thrive and contribute to the world with the foundation being laid, and recognize that as our city expands and more people move here, we are providing a place for their children in our schools. I'd like to thank the Washoe County School District and Superintendent for not only advocating for this school, but for activating parents to help advocate for all schools. We will continue to fight for the best education for our children. Thank you to the many people who worked tirelessly to make this happen, from the parent organizations to the community members who showed up to the meetings, even some who have no future children attending the school but still believe in our local education system. Lastly, I would like to thank the planning team that was committed to hearing the concerns of residents, made changes but did not compromise the quality of the school. I am proud of this city and this school district and that my kids will be attending this new school. And now I'd like to introduce Superintendent Traci Davis.
Thank you, Natalie. You know the moment when you walk out and something's wrong because you see everybody with big heavy coats on and you don't have one? That was the moment I had this morning when I parked the car. But needless to say, we are here and excited to be at this groundbreaking. Natalie, once again, thank you for advocating and championing the work for helping build a new school and all the things you do in your school today. This really is a community win for us, and it belongs to everyone in our community. There were so many groups that were instrumental in making this happen from the very beginning. Before there was even a ballot question, though, there was this group called PSORN, and I couldn't remember the acronym, and I looked at Kevin. Kevin's like, "Traci, 15 minutes. I did it 15 times, but I got it now. Public schools, overcrowding, repair needs." You say that 15,000 times, so you just say PSORN. But basically, it was the committee that did a deep dive into the needs of the school district and to look at what we needed, looked at our projections, asked tough questions because they wanted to be fair before they even put up a ballot question. But in this process, I was very fortunate to meet some great people. This group was made up of representatives from a number of outside groups and elected bodies, including the Nevada Association of Realtors. And I would like to introduce one of my friends, Kevin. Come on up, Kevin. Sigstad. Yeah, it was quick. It's cold. Who was one of the representatives from this group. And what I can tell you about Kevin, while he represented this group around building, we learned to have great conversations about what we do for all kids that we serve. And so thank you for not just being on this committee, but for being a friend. Kevin Sigstad.
Thank you very much. That was very kind. Well, the best news is that I don't have to explain what PSORN is, and so now I can use that acronym without explaining it. So it's amazing to think that it was back in 2015 that the legislature passed this bill that authorized the committee to study the needs of the schools. So we started work shortly after legislature adjourned, and we worked for the next year looking at what the schools said that they needed, asking questions. I probably asked more than most and got shut down more than most, but I learned a hell of a lot. And they were very patient with me, and for that I appreciate. I'd like to thank the members of the committee. They put in endless time. When we got close to the end of the work, we were meeting weekly to tie everything up so that it would go to the ballot on time. I'd like to thank Debbie Smith, who authored the bill. She also was a member of the committee up to the point in time that she went into the hospital. She continued to call in so that she could be part of the committee for as long as she could. The thing that makes us the most proud is that the school district has followed through with everything that they committed to, and we made them commit to a lot, but they literally have followed through on everything that they've committed to. The committee that reviews all of the proposed construction and where and all of the effort that goes into locating the schools. I know that there was opposition to this school and what's it going to do to our community, and so we helped supply information to the school district to show really what the schools do to the local parts of the community and how much they benefit the community. So it's great to see that they're following through with everything that they committed to do. One of the things that I want to call attention to is I put them on the spot quite a bit. They had come up with a website that identified every repair that needed to be done to the existing schools, down to, you could drill down and drill down and drill down to photos of the heating unit that needed to be replaced. And so it was that level of information that helped us gain the confidence to move forward and say they've got this thing dialed in. They know how much money is going to be needed. We were able to draft the wording that went to the ballot. We helped push and promote the approval of the ballot, and I think it won by what? I don't even know, 90% or some amazing number. So it was pretty cool. We were very, very proud to be a part of it, and so thank you for inviting me here today. You guys are doing great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. There is also one other member of the PSORN ballot question committee that I would like to thank today. Mike Kate, my friend who passed away recently and far too soon. Mike was truly an advocate for children in schools, and he had been advocating for capital funding for our district for more than a decade. And I can tell you, when I first met Mike, he was so gruff, I was afraid of him. But he was such a kind, gentle giant, and he loved kids, and I liked talking to him. He told me about his grandkids, and he wanted to make it a better place for all kids. So I would like us to take a moment of silence and just look over here where our new school is as we give 30 seconds of silence for Mr. Kate. Thank you. Well, here's an exciting time. We get to introduce to you, if you have not met, the new principal of Marce Herz Middle School, Mr. Brandon Bringhurst. Come on down. We are super excited to have him lead.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thanks to everybody for braving this weather and coming out to this important event. It's truly a pleasure to be here, and I can't tell you how excited I am to open this school and serve the students here in this area. I'm very grateful for this community investing in education in a way that makes building this school possible. I also want to thank the contractors, Clark Sullivan Construction, for getting this work moving so quickly. Jackie Borman and the entire capital projects team at the district, along with purchasing department, they've been working tirelessly to make sure that we can get this school ready to open on time. With some delays due to weather, I really appreciate how hard everybody's working so we can get it up and running. A new school in this area is going to relieve some of the overcrowding and shorten or eliminate bus rides for many students. It's also going to bring state-of-the-art resources to these students. All of this is great and very exciting. But my goals are much more than a beautiful school with great resources. We live in a dynamic time and the needs of students are rapidly changing. I want to make sure that we have a school staff with the vision and skills necessary to meet these needs. The teaching and learning that goes on here at Marce Herz Middle School will be second to none. I look forward to partnering with this great community as we develop a school that will be a jewel on this hill. Our students will blaze bright trails into the future. I will begin working full-time on Marce Herz Middle School starting in July, and will be reaching out to members of this community to gather input as we work together to craft a vision for this school and put the structures in place to make that vision a reality. We have a lot of work to do, from determining a school mascot and putting together a parent-teacher group to registering students for classes. My goal is not just to do the same type of learning in a new shiny building. My goal is for the learning that happens here to be just as dynamic as the world our students live in. It is not often that a community has such an opportunity, and we will take full advantage of it. Middle school can be a difficult time. I've spent most of my career working in middle schools. It's also a great opportunity for students to learn and grow and explore. Marce Herz Middle School will be the kind of welcoming, nurturing, and challenging place that students need to thrive despite any obstacles they face. I'm truly humbled by the trust that's been placed in me to help get this school started on the right foot, to give it the foundation of success that will last for decades to come. We have tremendous task ahead of us, but together with this community, I promise you there are great things to come. Thank you.
As the at-large representative, also the school board president, it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Scott Kelley.
Thank you, Madam President. And I'm glad that Grant came up with me because he's been keeping me warm this whole time. So I'm Scott Kelley. I'm the school board representative for this area. We are so excited for this new middle school. We know how badly it is needed. These 51 classrooms, plus the gym and other physical education areas, will give us not just the ability to relieve overcrowding, but also more options for education. The school will include music rooms, special education rooms, art rooms, language rooms, flexible maker spaces, collaboration areas, and much, much more. So it's more than just a building. It will be a space for children to learn and to grow. With that being said, and I see the students are heading over to their spot, I want to thank everyone else for coming here. I want to thank everyone that was mentioned so far. A lot of the community has been instrumental in making this happen, so I'm going to stop talking and let's get this show started.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go help Howard. Okay.
Somebody's going to come next to you as well.
Come on, Ellie. Get over here.